Hello everyone, welcome back to another F1 22 video, and today, as you can see in the background, we are making an avatar, which means we are doing a driver career mode. Because usually, obviously, we have the Monster Energy series going on. It's basically just started, but that's still the first series, and I still will be updating that as time goes on, but when I have time to record it and edit it, obviously. But here I'm just choosing the avatar that I think will be good, and as obviously yes, I've chosen that one. And basically I'm just trying to decide what nationality he looks like. I know it doesn't really, you can look whatever you look like, and it doesn't really matter, but I chose Irish just because I think it suited him the best. Obviously, you can look whatever you look like, and you can be a random nationality. And for this, at the moment, for the name, I'm just, basically I've gone onto my phone, and I've got a name generator, put in the nationality, which is Irish, and then it comes up with some first names, and then I will later do it for last names as well. So for the first name I chose Teddy, as that's just one of the ones that came up and I thought it suited him. And for the last name I chose Murphy because it just sounded right, Teddy Murphy, and then obviously MUR, the 3-letter initials for Murphy. And now just going through the commentary names, so when they read out me starting on pole position, because that's where I'll be starting every single race, of course, they have to know what my actual name is instead of just saying driver or whatever they say. I don't really know. Now just picking a number, don't want to be too like high up in it, just quite a high number, you know, not really one of the most popular big drivers on the grid as of yet. Obviously, quite an important thing, quite a unique thing about F1 compared to some other sports like football and stuff. I mean, I guess football has like football boots and stuff like that, but in F1 you can obviously design your own helmet, and if you've seen Valtteri Bottas's, it's amazing. It's got a moustache, a mullet, just like he has. It's an amazing helmet, and for this one I tried going with the Irish colours at first, just because, well, he's Irish, you know, I thought he'd be quite patriotic, but yeah, I just thought it was a bit too bright. Decided that I didn't really like the Irish colours in the end, and I will go back to change that. But now just changing the pose that comes up when it looks through the lineup, and this is my walkout when I get onto the podium, which I will, of course, at some point, hopefully, fingers crossed, in my career. But race victory, they'll play on the radio when I win, and I just thought it'd be quite like, wow, I've actually won, because, like, you know, I'm not a big team, but this is quite an important part, choosing the actual racing team that we're going to go with. And well, you'll see. I won't spoil it. I mean, obviously it's going to be very quick in the future, but I was deciding between Alpine, Williams, AlphaTauri, Haas, just like the Alfa Romeo, just the lower, and I did go with Aston Martin. I chose Sebastian Vettel as my teammate just because I feel like he's more well known in the Formula 1 team than Lance Stroll. I apologise, Lance. And as I said earlier, I am going back to change the helmet just because I thought it was a bit bright and it just didn't really look very stylish. So I tried sticking with some of the Irish colours. Obviously, green, white and orange are their 3 colours in their flag, but I just kind of toned it down a bit with the vibrancy of the colours. And yeah, just going through, spending some of the R&D that is available to me, apologise for that, and just going to the car reveal, even though we know exactly what the car looks like. You know, it's a car reveal, it is what it is. But yeah, don't really know much what else to say, just going through some emails. I didn't really change any settings or anything. Okay, we are at qualifying. Just started Q1. That's a Mercedes coming out. Lewis Hamilton going out pretty early. But yeah, one thing that I am gonna say is that the race, I don't know why, it's because it's a new career, but the race is set to 5 laps. So there's only going to be 5 laps of racing on Bahrain, which is really annoying, because I would have definitely put it to more than that if I could choose, but sadly I can't. Sadly the game just doesn't want me to have that choice. Decent exit, but I don't think it will be a 1:33 from Lando Norris. And I come third, ahead of both Mercedes. Yeah, we do just about make it through. Just showing how cold these soft tyres are, and how easy it is to lose it on the curbs. Good to know, I would say. Good to know.
Understood.
We are behind Norris and Guan Yu Zhou, just ahead of Ocon, where we were last time, and we only just made it through to Q2 at that point. 4 tenths down on Esteban Ocon.
No more testing, no more practice. This is the real deal, and it's make or break here at round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. We go racing today around the 3.36 miles of the magnificent Bahrain International Circuit, with 15 corners and 2 good passing opportunities into turns 1 and 4. Keep an eye out for drivers locking the front left tyre into the tricky braking zone of turn 10. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Verstappen, and Sir Lewis Hamilton, and Russell, Norris, Fernando Alonso, Bottas, and Guan Yu Zhou, Ricciardo, Tsunoda, Pierre Gasly, and Ocon, Murphy, Vettel, Kevin Magnussen, and Mick Schumacher, Albon, and Nicholas Latifi. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. So here we are in 2022 at the start of another Formula One World Championship. It all begins here, the start of the next generation of Formula One. With the end of the second turbocharged era, a new dawn begins. New regulations have been brought in to promote better racing, with the 2 big standout changes being the wheel size increase and the aerodynamics on the car itself. But will this result in us having a repeat fight for the Driver Championship? Will Mercedes retain their Constructors' title? We have lots to discuss then with Anthony Davidson, who's joined me in the commentary box for today's event.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Let's hope for some good racing today as well. We can't know at this point how competitive the teams are relative to each other, but hopefully nobody's able to run and hide. We want to see these drivers pushing to the limit all the way to the checkered flag.
So here we are, running through the car setup. Oh yeah, we don't need pit stops because it's only a 5-lap race. Woo! Yeah, I will be sure to change that for the next GP, which I believe is Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, but you'll have to wait for that one because I'm not going to put 2 races in one episode. I'm not that stupid. Anyway, I believe it's a formation lap. No. Oh. Okay, well, we're straight into it. It is 5 red lights, and it's lights out, and away we go here in Bahrain. I get a decent start. Ocon gets a similar start to me, and oh, here comes Kevin Magnussen trying to look down the inside. I'm going to go around the outside, just course it around the outside, and it's quite a good move. Bit of a dive bomb, trying to leave him out of space for Bottas. It's not very easy.
but moving to the inside very quickly, a late move up into P9. Can I hold it? There's a lot of movement going on around me. Bottas slips in. Oh, I go well right there. I'm going to let 2, maybe 3 pass me instead, sadly, but we're still in this race. Oh no, if we go wide like that, there's a McLaren looking up the outside. They're going to get the move done, but I'm not going to leave it. Oh, there's a lot of contact between me and Daniel Ricciardo. I push him out. It's not great, not very clean racing from me. I take the blame entirely for that. But P11 from P15, I believe, isn't too bad, even though maybe not the cleanest of moves, but that's what you're going to get from me. I'm not really sure what to do when there's a car in front of me. Oh, there's a bit of a late on the braking, but Guan Yu Zhou lies in my path to try and get my first point of Formula 1. Just 1.2 seconds up the road is Zhou Guanyu. Charles Leclerc setting the fastest lap. I'm sure someone else will set it. Not by the looks of it. Charles Leclerc started on pole and has maintained that lead up ahead at the front of the pack. But Guan Yu Zhou and Bottas, just a few, not even a second up the road. Guan Yu Zhou, 0.7 of a second up the road from us in the Aston Martin, but this is an outstanding start. I don't think anyone was expecting this from the Aston Martin. We know it had good pace in practice and in qualifying. Braking a bit early there. Got a bit shocked by how close we were to the corner. But yes, Daniel Ricciardo fighting with Esteban Ocon, and that has really delayed them a lot there. Just under 2 seconds. That's going to help them claw themselves back into it. But Daniel Ricciardo, oh no, Ocon, they're still going down this straight. Ricciardo, then Ocon, then Ricciardo in battling for P12. It looks like Ricciardo has managed to seal it in the end, but I'm sure Ocon will be looking to get back at that McLaren anytime soon. But yes, just over 2 seconds now Daniel Ricciardo is to me, as he was battling, and Charles Leclerc setting a new fastest lap. I might have a bit of a fast lap. Oh, I definitely will. Almost 10 seconds quicker than my first one. But DRS now available as we are on the 3rd lap, as it is only 5 laps. That only leaves 2 laps left, which is really annoying. And trust me, I will change the length of the laps later on. Well, when we get to the next race, I probably should be able to change it straight after this one. But Guan Yu Zhou just almost within reach now. I've put in some good laps. That's not going to help me though. Guan Yu Zhou just clawing away a bit. Oh, there he is though. I can see him right on the gearbox of that Alfa Romeo. I can smell the fumes coming out of it. Whoa, he locks up! Was not expecting that. He locks up, but he maintains the position as he locks up, and I go straight into the back of him. No damage for me. Not too sure about Zhou Guanyu though, if he has damage. I would assume not, if my front wing didn't get damage from that. I don't think his will, but me, yeah, I've really just put the pressure on, and he was buckling under it. I really didn't take that corner very well, not even going to get a good exit from it. But half a second up the road is that Alfa Romeo. I've been battling with him, trying to catch up. It's not been going too well as of yet. I got close and he locked up under the pressure, and I went gliding straight into the back of him. The DRS is going to help me quite a bit here. I might be able to go for a move down the inside of the Alfa Romeo, braking way too late. Very brave on the braking there. It's not really going to help me in all things considered, as he is going to get further and further away, but just going to claw myself back in to Zhou Guanyu, and I believe he is out of Valtteri Bottas. Valtteri Bottas is DRS now, so I may be able to get him on some of these straights. Or a corner if I'm brave enough, and I am. I get it turned in time. He's still going to be on the outside. But he's going to claw back at us. There, I'm going to try and get it turned in. Late on the brakes. A dive down the inside. How I've made that work from there, I don't know. Probably wasn't the smartest idea. I've still got DRS. However, Zhou Guanyu is going to come back in flying colours. He's going to try go down the inside of me here, but I'm going to stick it for the outside. Going to manage to keep it on track there, as it is very easy to just go sailing off wide on that corner. But Ricciardo has caught up insanely. Our battling has left Zhou Guanyu at risk now of getting further and further away from a points finish, and that is not what Alfa Romeo needs. But Bottas, 2.5 seconds up the road on this final lap, only the 5th lap, may I add. This 5-lap race isn't the best, but there has been plenty of action in this short 5 laps, and it doesn't really look like I'm going to be able to catch up to Bottas, as I don't have DRS, so my main threat at the moment is Guanyu Zhou. I need to just try and keep him at bay, and that is my main goal, because I'm in the points. Well, that's not going to help me one bit, but Guanyu Zhou is definitely looking to get back past me, and it won't be too hard because I am completely exposed on the straights. They've got slightly better car than me in straight line speed, I do believe, and also that DRS, 0.5 of a second, is so quickly going to go down to 2. He's going to try, I'm going to go defensive, he's sticking on the racing line, but he takes a bit too much curb there, I believe, and loses the rear end, and it's going to wobble back into Ricciardo's view, and Ricciardo may go for a move, checking in the mirrors, don't think he is at the moment, but Charles Leclerc crosses the line in pole position as he started on the grid, and so are we gonna cross the checkered finish line, but not where we started on the grid. A huge upgrade from where we qualified. And Zhou Guanyu is going to come flying past us now, but the driver of the day goes to me, as we picked up so many positions.
After that superb win here at Sakhir, and rightly so, a brilliant effort from the whole team. Tell me, Ant, how do they manage to achieve this win?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again. So let's review the updated driver standings. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I have to give it to Murphy. Look at where they finished compared to where they started. It's not easy to cut through the field like that in Formula One, so it was a great effort.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Ferrari take the lead at the top of the table. After an event like that, who knows what the sport has in store for us next time out? Be sure to join us once again as we continue to bring you all the excitement of Formula One.
So, what a race that was in the end. Although short, action-packed for us, as we went from P15 to P10. But that is going to be it for this first episode, and obviously in next episodes I will come back. Well, not come back, sorry. I keep coming back to this subject, but I will change the laps to more than 5. But action-packed nonetheless, and a 1-2 for Ferrari and a 3-4 for Mercedes, and Lando Norris managed to infiltrate that Mercedes partnership in P5 and 6. George Russell dropped down to P7, and Lando Norris made that move on George and managed to get up into P6, finishing with 8 points. But our first point of the season